Ito nga pong tumama po na lindol sa Myanmar na 7.7 magnitude po na naramdaman din sa Thailand. Gaano po kalalim itong lindol na ito at ano po yung mga geological factors na nakaapekto diyan po sa lindol na iyan?
Okay, so yung magnitude 7.7 na lindol noong March 28 ay may lalim po na 10 kilometers. Now, kung napapansin natin, bakit may epekto ito sa Thailand, which is 900 kilometers away from the
Oo.
epicenter. So, basically po, ang nangyari po dito, yung, yung nangyari sa Thailand, yung mga tall buildings, nagkaroon po ng malakas na pag-uga. So, usually buildings have their own natural way of swaying. Ito yung tinatawag natin na resonance.
Mm-mm.
So yung if the earthquake shaking matches the natural resonance ng building, these buildings would move more and can get damaged. So now, yung tall buildings natin would sway slowly. So mahina yung pag-uga. And distant earthquakes would also produce yung the same resonance. So they match. That's why yung mga matataas na buildings sa Bangkok ay malakas yung pag-uga. And then yung Bangkok also is built on soft, deep soil like clay. And kapag dumadaan yung seismic waves natin sa mga ganitong klaseng lupa, humihina. Hindi sila bumibilis. Humihina yung, they would stay longer on that place. And kaya, mas malakas yung pag-uga. So instead na kapag yung bedrock natin, kapag dinadaanan ng seismic waves, mabilis yung paggalaw, mabilis yung pag-alis, dito mag-stay muna or babagal yung pagdalaw ng seismic waves natin, kaya lalakas yung pag-uga. So kaya this is the reason why the earthquake, which was 900 kilometers away, naka-apekto sa Bangkok.
Sir, kung ito po ay magnitude 7.7, ano ang recorded intensity nito?
Most likely, may kanya-kanya kasi tayong intensity sa PHIVOLCS. We have our own PHIVOLCS intensity scale.
Mm-hmm.
So most likely, kung ibabase natin sa na-observe natin and if you use the PHIVOLCS intensity scale, this would be very destructive intensity 8. So kapag nangyari ito, people are panicky, people will find it difficult to stand even outdoors, and many buildings are considerably damaged. So nag-fit siya sa intensity 8 natin.
Opo. So itong pangyayaring ito dyan sa Myanmar, sa epicenter nito, intensity 8 ito sa atin.
Sa atin, yes, that's right. Kung again, if we use our PHIVOLCS earthquake intensity scale.
Opo. Doon po ba sa counterpart nyo doon sa region na iyon, meron ba silang official recorded intensity sa kanila, sir? Meron ba?
Not that I know of, but again, most likely ganito rin 'yan. Sa Japan kasi kapag mga ganitong earthquake, mas mababa yung iba kasi ginagamit sa Japan na intensity scale. We have our own naka-adapt sa local setting.
Okay. Sir, ang fault line po na pinanggalingan nito, kung kayo po'y familiar dito, ano ho ito, sir? Active ba ito o dormant?
No, it's very much active. Ito yung Sagaing Fault. This is the result of the collision between Indian plate and the Eurasian plate. And for the past several years, meron na tayong malalakas na lindol dito. For example, in 1946, nagkaroon na rin ng magnitude 7.8. In 1956, magnitude 7.0. In 1931, may 7.7 din ito. And in 1991, merong magnitude 6.9. So, 1908, meron din silang magnitude 7.5. So hindi na ito bago. Mga geologists, they know that this is very much active. And again, for the past several decades, may mga malalaki ng paglindol, major earthquakes.